I love really, really, really hard, but I'm happy to, love somebody who wanna, love somebody back. You know what I'm saying? He is just such a sweetheart. Ain't nobody tell him to tie my goddamn boot either, but he said it wasn't laced right, so he laced it right. It was so funny. But he's definitely a sweetheart, and um, he deserved the best. And I
Just when fans thought the Papoose, Claressa Shields and Remy Ma drama had finally simmered down, the pot has boiled over again, hotter, louder and far more chaotic than before. Papoose is now stuck at the center of a storm that's spinning out of control. Claressa has reportedly slammed the brakes on their relationship, leaving him high and dry, while Remy Ma has re-emerged with her trademark sarcasm and razor-sharp shade, turning social media into her personal stage. The undefeated boxing champion and outspoken powerhouse, Claressa, isn't looking back. Once she closed the chapter with Papoose, it was sealed shut. Sources claim she ended things cold, tossing him aside like yesterday's fashion. For someone who once wore loyalty like a badge of honor, Papoose has become the poster child for questionable choices and public heartbreak. Adding even more fuel, Claressa's ex-fiancé, who went viral in 2024 for that infamous photo with her, is reportedly back in the picture, not romantically but as a source of chaos. Insiders allege he's been leaking screenshots, voice notes and unseen photos to gossip outlets, exposing the moment Claressa decided she'd had enough. If those leaks are real, they're not rumors, they're receipts. In comparison, the Remy Ma scandal of 2024 almost feels like a warm-up act. Back then, while still legally married but living apart, Remy dropped bombshell screenshots allegedly showing Papoose and Claressa's text messages. It sent shockwaves across social media, with fans choosing sides as one of hip-hop's most admired love stories imploded. Their marriage, once hailed as a symbol of black love, crumbled under the weight of alleged affairs, leaked DMs and messy online confessions. During that same chaos, Remy was linked to battle rapper Eazy the Block Captain, while Papoose seemed to pivot his focus toward Claressa, a move that ultimately ended any chance of reconciliation. It's a bitter ending for a couple who once embodied devotion. Papoose famously stood by Remy when she served a 6-year prison sentence, visiting her, supporting her career and raising her son as his own. Their post-prison love story inspired fans everywhere, until infidelity shattered the image. What followed was an all-out war. Papoose accused Remy of narcissism, while she aired out his alleged late-night calls with Claressa, made from her own home. What began as whispers of a fling between Papoose and Claressa evolved into a full-blown relationship, complete with public declarations and joint appearances. Claressa even shared emotional posts about their bond, ambition and shared strength. Once a scandal, their connection became a defiant statement, a new and controversial chapter in the tangled saga of hip-hop loyalty, love and betrayal. After his split from Remy Ma, Papoose didn't waste a moment stepping into a new chapter. Practically overnight, he was inseparable from boxing champion Claressa Shields, showing her off at public events, hyping her up ringside, and even stealing the spotlight when he performed his iconic verse from Busta Rhymes' "Touch It." That viral moment became the defining image of their whirlwind connection. Fierce, proud, and unapologetic. Claressa, never one to hold back, openly claimed she wanted Papoose all to herself, sparking talk of engagement rumors and a possible power couple future. But while their chemistry had fans rooting for them, whispers behind the scenes painted a far murkier picture. Rumor has it that Remy Ma, still tied to Papoose legally, may have reached out with emotional messages, and even intimate photos, in a quiet attempt to rekindle what once was. Still, at that point, Papoose seemed too invested in Claressa to look back. Meanwhile, Remy's public closeness with battle rapper Eazy the Block Captain only added fuel to the fire, with some insiders claiming he held sensitive dirt that made her hesitant to reconcile. For a time, Claressa appeared firmly in control. The public narrative celebrated Papoose's pivot away from heartbreak, painting him as a man who finally chose peace over pain. But that all changed when Claressa's ex-fiancé, the same one who went viral in 2024 for a scandalous photo with her, suddenly re-emerged. His rumored involvement with gossip pages, allegedly leaking unseen screenshots and voice notes, flipped the script overnight. Papoose went from admired to accused as fans began questioning his every move. Reports claim Claressa ended things abruptly, cutting ties with no room for misinterpretation. Insiders say she shifted her focus back to her career, and possibly to her ex, leaving Papoose to face the fallout alone. The man once hailed as hip-hop's most loyal husband was now at the center of a storm, his image fractured and his pride under fire. Remy, ever the strategist, added more layers to the drama with cryptic social media posts. Without naming names, her pointed captions had fans decoding every word. Some close to the situation insist that Papoose quietly tried reaching out through mutual friends, testing the waters for reconciliation. But Remy kept her distance, letting her silence speak volumes. Then came Claressa's knockout blow, a slick Instagram post that hit harder than any punch. Asterisk, some people come into your life pretending to be genuine, but truth always reveals itself. When it does, you step back and let God clean it up. She didn't tag anyone, but everyone knew who she meant. Within hours, blogs were ablaze and timelines flooded with reactions. What began as a messy love triangle has spiraled into a full-blown saga of broken trust, public betrayals, and poetic karma. Papoose and Remy remain legally bound, complicating an already explosive situation, while Claressa's ex appears to be holding more ammunition, hinting that the real drama might still be ahead. Right now, Papoose seems trapped in the fallout, Remy is playing the long game from a distance, and Claressa has the final word, at least for now. The only question left is, who's really going to win this war of love, loyalty, and revenge? Because in this saga, every silence hides another bombshell waiting to drop. For Papoose, stepping into a new life with Claressa Shields was supposed to be a clean slate, a chance to move forward after years of turbulence with Remy Ma. But even as he embraced a new romance, the weight of his still active marriage hung over everything. At first, the public rooted for him. Fans flooded timelines with praise, calling his connection with Claressa a redemption arc, a story of loyalty reborn after heartbreak. That fantasy didn't last long. Claressa's former fiancé, the one who once promised to stay out of the picture, suddenly resurfaced, and the timing couldn't have been worse. Overnight, Papoose's image flipped from comeback king to controversy magnet. What was once framed as a second chance at love quickly spiraled into another public scandal. According to insiders, Claressa made her decision crystal clear. She allegedly ended things bluntly, both privately and in public view, cutting Papoose off and redirecting her energy towards self-growth, and possibly reconciliation with her ex. The internet wasted no time turning the split into a spectacle. Memes, commentary, and fan theories flooded every corner of social media, painting Papoose as the villain in a story that once seemed like his redemption. Remy Ma, meanwhile, played the game differently. She stayed composed, letting her silence speak volumes. Instead of direct jabs, she dropped cryptic captions, none more viral than. The post reading, asterisk, sometimes people reveal their true intentions too late. Let karma handle the rest. Asterisk, the line sent fans into a frenzy, decoding every emoji and punctuation mark FO hidden meaning. As timelines erupted, internet detectives started stitching together their own theories. Was Papoose quietly reaching out to Remy through mutual contacts? Was reconciliation even possible after so much bad blood? Some insiders claimed he tested the waters, but Remy wasn't biting, choosing distance over déjà vu. To understand the depth of it all, you have to go back. Papoose and Remy once embodied unshakable loyalty. When she served time for a shooting conviction, he never wavered, promoting her music, visiting her faithfully, and helping raise her son. Their post-prison marriage became a hip-hop love story for the ages. But what looked unbreakable eventually cracked under the pressure of infidelity and pride. His relationship with Claressa initially looked like a reset, a partnership built on ambition, discipline, and mutual respect. He hyped her fights, championed her wins, and seemed genuinely proud to be in her corner. But when trouble surfaced, the breakup wasn't quiet, it was explosive. Claressa's pointed Instagram message said it all. People enter your life with intentions you can't always see. The truth always comes out. Let God handle the cleanup. No names needed, the internet already knew who she was talking about. Meanwhile, Remy's quiet precision kept her in control of the narrative. She didn't need to go public, her restraint was the power move. Every post, every silence, every side-eye emoji became a statement. Fans couldn't decide whether she was plotting a private reunion or simply relishing her upper hand. Then there's Claressa's ex-fiancé, the wild card. Insiders insist he's still sitting on screenshots, recordings, and behind-the-scenes receipts, waiting for the perfect moment to strike again. His involvement keeps the saga alive and ensures no one feels safe from exposure. Now Papoose finds himself in survival mode. Once celebrated as hip-hop's blueprint for loyalty, he's fighting to salvage his reputation while the internet dissects his every move. Every post, appearance, and rumor becomes another chapter in this ongoing digital soap opera. What began as a personal love triangle has exploded into a full-blown cultural phenomenon. A story of love, loyalty, ego, and karma unfolding in real time. Fans are divided, sides have been drawn, Team Remy, Team Claressa, Team Papoose, and no one can predict the next twist. Because at its core, this isn't just about relationships. It's about how quickly the public can turn heroes into headlines, and how, in the court of social media, redemption is never guaranteed. For Papoose, what started as a fresh start with Claressa Shields quickly became one of hip-hop's most tangled love stories. He wasn't just trying to move on, he was still legally tied to Remy Ma, the woman who had defined his public image of loyalty and devotion for years. At first, fans cheered him on, seeing his bond with Claressa as a comeback, a chance to find peace after heartbreak. Their chemistry, their public appearances, even that viral, touch it moment, it all felt like redemption. But redemption in hip-hop rarely lasts long. Claressa's ex-fiancé, the one who swore he was gone for good, made a dramatic return. And just like that, Papoose's reputation flipped overnight. From hero to heartbreaker, from loyal husband to tabloid headline, his story unraveled fast. Reports claim Claressa wasted no time making her stance clear. She allegedly ended things directly, no guessing, no games, and shifted her attention toward herself and maybe even her ex. The internet devoured the fallout, with memes, commentary, and reaction videos turning Papoose into both the punchline and the cautionary tale. Meanwhile, Remy Ma stayed silent, but silence in her case spoke louder than words. She didn't name names, but one of her cryptic Instagram captions. Asterisk, sometimes people reveal their true intentions too late. Let karma handle it. Asterisk, lit up timelines. Fans dissected every word, convinced it was aimed squarely at her estranged husband. Soon, social media detectives started piecing together their own theories. Was Papoose trying to reach back out through mutual friends? Could Remy ever forgive him? Insiders claimed he tested the waters, but Remy wasn't budging. To understand how it all fell apart, you have to go back to where it began, before the scandals, before Claressa, before the cryptic posts. Long before this messy triangle, Papoose and Remy Ma were hip-hop royalty. They weren't just another rap couple. They were the definition of loyalty. When Remy was sentenced to 8 years in prison in 2008 for a shooting case, most people expected Papoose to move on. Instead, he doubled down. He visited her constantly, promoted her music from behind bars, defended her name publicly, and stepped in as a father figure to her son. While her world fell apart, he became her anchor. When she came home in 2014, their love story was reborn. They made it official, tied the knot, and became the embodiment of black love. Their time on Love and Hip Hop New York turned them into a brand, the couple that stood for commitment, loyalty, and perseverance in a culture that often glorified chaos. For years they were untouchable. Papoose built his entire identity on loyalty, and people believed it. But behind that picture-perfect image, cracks began to form. As Remy's career reignited, the spotlight returned, and with it, rumors. Fans started whispering about tension, late-night calls, and arguments. Social media detectives caught onto the vibe that something was off. Then came the bombshell. While still legally married but separated, Remy posted what looked like screenshots of conversations between Papoose and Claressa Shields. The messages hinted at emotional intimacy, late-night calls, flirtatious exchanges, even rumors that he'd fallen asleep on the phone with Claressa while still sharing a home with Remy. The man once hailed as hip-hop's symbol of devotion was suddenly accused of breaking the very code he built his legacy on. And then, instead of denying it, Papoose leaned into his relationship with Claressa. The undefeated boxing champion, known for her confidence and fearlessness, seemed like his perfect match. Their public appearances, Instagram posts, and affectionate moments turned what started as a scandal into a spectacle. Fans went from shocked to invested, calling them a new power couple, proof that both had moved on stronger. But the fairy tale didn't last. When Claressa's ex resurfaced and rumors of leaks began circulating, everything flipped. Claressa distanced herself, dropped a subtle but scathing Instagram message. Asterisk, people enter your life with intentions you can't always see. The truth always comes out. Let God handle the cleanup. Asterisk. And fans instantly knew who she meant. Remy stayed patient, playing her cards with precision. Her quiet confidence became her power. While Claressa took control of the breakup narrative, Remy let time, and karma, do the talking. Now the saga stands at a crossroads. Claressa appears unfazed, focused, and firmly in control. Remy is silent but strategic, her every move analyzed by fans who think she's planning her next play. And Papoose, once hip-hop's most loyal husband, is left in the middle of a public storm, trying to piece together what's left of his image. What started as love has turned into a modern-day cautionary tale.